instance, I'll show you how you can produce the project in Unit 2. You need first to read about Unit 2. Unit 2 is data and spreadsheet modeling, and we have a scenario of Slanak Canal holidays, and we have been given this data source file, and we converted it into Excel file like this. Now, Slanak Canal Holidays is a company that offers 4 types of holidays. As you can see in the data source, we have 4 types of holidays: premium, which is cost 2,800; executive, which is cost 2,000; classic, which is cost 1,500 or 1,500; and the budget is cost 800. So in 2024, we have got 120 booked holidays from different types of these 4 types of holidays. However, the customers or the guests, they don't pay in cash. As you can see, the cost of the holiday here needs to be calculated using a special function. And the guests, they pay installments, monthly installments. We have got the January, February, March, April, and then you need to calculate again the column named Left to Pay. First, we need to make sure that all data is visible, and it is better to align data to the left. I choose the column A and align to the left. Column C needs to be aligned to the left. D aligned to the left. And also the type is already aligned. That one should be aligned to the left. And this applies on these. Yep, aligned to the left. And we go to the second table and align everything to the left. Okay, so let's start with the activity 2. This is the practical part of the of Unit 2. You have been given the data file holiday 2024 with information on guest holidays, reference, and payments made. Import this data sort into your spreadsheet program. In this spreadsheet program, you need to produce or navigate 4 tabs or 3 tabs. One, the data, the analysis, and then the dashboard. Let's start from here. Import data worksheet to Excel and format the holiday type table to merge and center headings across column O and C on the O to S. So we come in here, as you can see, we have the data start from with M. So we need to add 2 columns here, insert and insert. So we have the data O to S now. We need to merge and center this. Merge and center. We make it bold with a special background like this background, for example. And for the 2 tables here, you need to make all borders. So all borders. As you can see, we have 4 types of holidays. As you can see, the data here is not visible, so you can move a little bit to show all data in the Excel sheet. As well, we can do the same here. So we can merge and center the title of the guest holiday data and make full borders. Maybe we can use another background, make it bold. And payments made, we can make merge and center, make it bold with a different background and full borders. And also we can do this for the subheading here. We can make different background, make it bold and borders. And I prefer to choose the whole data in the guest holiday data like this until the end and make all borders like this. If you can't see this, you go to the options and choose all borders. So I think that the data now is more organized. You can see the table headings. As you can see, we have 2 tables. A until K is the first table, and then O until S is the second table. So I prefer also that you produce different background color for this column and this column as well. Maybe, for example, we can use this color here, or maybe that strong color, so we can go for more colors and choose a like. Okay, so let's go back to the booklet and see what are the next steps required to do. From our holiday type to merge and center, we did that. Include borders and cells holiday types. We made the borders, and in the cost column of the data set, use a function to display the cost of holidays for each guest. Here, you need to understand, what function that we need. As you can see, this column is empty. The heading is given. However, you need to calculate the cost of the holiday. As you can see, each guest here, for example, Martin, he chose the premium, which is cost 2,800. However, for example, Perry, he used the executive, which is cost 2,000, and Ali, he used the classic, which is cost 1,500. And for example, Daza, she chose the budget, which is cost 800. So we need to calculate this column. I put the cursor here and then go to formulas. For this purpose, we will use a formula or a function called ifs. And ifs means if and if and if and if until we achieve the 4 conditions as per the 4 holiday types that have different prices in this company or organization. So I choose the ifs and then start with the logical test number 1. Now, if the value here equals to the value here, then what goes in this cell is the value here. Oh, sorry, we put this here, so we go for this value, and then you choose the other logical test. Now, if this is not true, then I'll test again. If the value here now equals to the value here, let me move this a little bit because we need to view this. So if the value here equals to the value here, now what goes in this cell? The value here. Third condition. Now if the value here equals to the value here, then what goes to this cell? The classic cost. Or say here is wrong. The value here equals to the value here, then this goes here. I'm sorry, I still think we made mistakes, so let me start from again from start. So we use function ifs. Now, if the value here equals to the value here, now what goes in this cell? The value here. Now, we go to the next logical test. If the value here, let me just move this here. Now, the second logical test, if the value here equals to the value here, what goes in this cell? The cost of the executive holiday type. Move to the third one. If the value here equals to classic, now what goes in this cell? The classic holiday cost. And last, if the value here equals to the value here, then what goes here? The cost of the budget holiday type, and we make it done. So we have got the 2,800, which is true because this is a premium, and the premium holiday type cost is 2,800. If we try now to replicate this by using the drag option from here, we got error message. Why this is happening? Because we need to fix these values here, but we need to change this value because every time we test, we will go to the next row here. However, we need to fix these values here by choosing the same values but not move to the next row. So we go back to here and show the function, And now I will keep E4 changing every time. However, for all other cells, we need to put the dollar sign here, and again dollar sign here, here, dollar sign, and again we put dollar sign here, dollar sign, and again dollar sign until the end. Dollar sign, and dollar sign. That's it. Done. Now drag again the whole column. We get the true values, which is true. So for example, the budget is cost 800, which is true. Premium 2800, classic one 500, and the executive is 2000. Now, by now we made the calculation, or we calculated the cost column. So we get back to the booklet. Now, calculate the amount left to pay for each guest. Now, we need to calculate this column now. As you can see, guests, they don't pay in cash. On the other hand, they pay monthly installments. We have been given the January, February, March, and April payments made by each guest. So how can we calculate the left to pay amount? So we put equals here. The left to pay equals to the cost of the holiday minus the paid, or the monthly paid amounts, minus this, and that's it. So 630 is the amount left to pay by Martin, who chose the premium, which is cost 2,800. However, he paid for January, February, March, April, and this amount is the left to pay. Now, if you drag again, then you can calculate the left to pay for all guests in 2024 who choose or who took or booked any holiday type. As you can see, some customers or guests, they need to pay nothing for the company. It means, they paid the total cost of the holiday, which will be the next step. The next step is we choose this column, and we will highlight using conditional formatting tool, highlight the guests who have nothing to pay. For this purpose, you go to home and choose conditional formatting, use the first selection and go equals to 0, and choose the custom format. Go to fill color, and we will fill with, for example, more color. We fill with this green, which will show the 0 left to pay amounts by all customers. As you can see, we have got the 0 left to pay amounts by the customer. Next, we are here. Make sure all data is visible and all monetary values are displayed in pounds with 2 decimal places. We need now to format the cells of money that represent money like this. We choose the whole data set range, and we keep inside this selection here and right click format cells, and then go to currency, not Qatari Riyal, 2 decimal places, yes, Qatari Riyal. We go to English pound and press OK. As you can see now, we have got the money in English pound with 2 decimal places, and we can do this for these monetary values as well. Format cells, currency, 2 decimal places, but the English pound will be selected like this. Okay, I'll stop now, and I'll see you again in the